Hello, in this video I will be talking about JSON Web Token and other features of authentication in our project. Before going to the main topic, I have some recommendations that uh, to share with you. First, it's to pulling all the new commits when you open your GitHub desktop and open your branch, any branch. So there will be this. If this button shows up, the pull origin, it means that on GitHub right now there are new commits, and if you want to download them to your local computer, you need to pull them. So pulling is downloading and pushing is uploading. As you can see here, the latest version in my local computer, it's rename folders, and this is the idea of the commits. But when you open GitHub and open that branch, and you will be what you see is there are new commits. So now you need to download them to your computer. When it is done, there should be new commits in here, and now you are ready to work on this branch. So what happens if you create a branch from an older version of the project? Well, that is completely fine. However, I recommend you to start from this commit. So you should not be working on the older version. But yeah, so in the end of any aspect that you're working on, I will you should publish your branch, and then I will manually merge your branch to the main branch, and I will try to make sure that your code will work fine on the main branch, so you don't need to worry about working on older version. Okay, the next advice is to use AI as much as you can. So today's topic is JSON Web Token. You can ask AI what JSON Web Token is. You can also ask them about how to use Git if you're not sure. So this week, if you start working on our project, you should be working on client side first. And if you want to work on backend, you should wait till next week, because if I'm still doing some setup, and if you work on backend, your code may be conflict with my code. So it's not a recommendation to work on the backend right now. And this video is not required to watch, and it's only if you need to understand what is going on in the backend about the login authentication, and also to make write requests. So in the future, you may want to make requests to the server, like via the API folder. There are two types of requests. One is read and write. So reading, it's simply just read a row or a table on the database. But write is about updating, writing, updating, deleting, adding. So it needs more security. So in order to update the database. So now I will be talking about the JSON Web Token. If you don't work on the backend, you don't need you don't need to continue watching this video. So what is JSON Web Token? It's a type of token, and a token is the identifier of who you are. So generally, the server will answer to any requests that are coming to them. So the server doesn't typically, it doesn't know who you are, and token will be the thing that answer the question who is making the request. So this sentence is the simplest way to explain what its purpose and what is it doing. So if you have token of user A, you can update data of user A. If you have like token of user B, usually cannot update data of user A. And if you don't have any token, it's simply means that you haven't logged in and you have no right to do any write request. So that is how to make a write request to the server. It is more complicated and requires security compared to read requests. A token is made of payload and secret key. So so when you logged in, you are heading to to this route, and you are sending them your username and password. And then if the password is matched, what the server is doing next is to generate a token the, with your user ID and the expiry time. So that they are the payload. So payload is the user ID and expiry time. It's right here. This secret key is the way to encrypt your user ID and your payload to like a secret string. So this secret key here, it's saved in the local. And the token can also be decrypted with that same secret key. The server will decrypt it to read the user ID and to make sure that the token has not expired. And that will happen in here. So the verify token. So it is decoding or decrypting the token using the secret key, and after decode successfully, it will have the user ID. It will return the user ID. This is the library of, and I also do some changes in the library folder. There are two folders called backend and frontend. Frontend are the function that are called from the client, so which is typically from this pages folder, and the backend is for the server function, which is called from this API folder. So they are two different environments. You need to understand there are two different environments. So you cannot call a front end function from the API folder. It will not work unexpectedly, and it may cause any error. Yeah, so that's how it is. What is so the next thing is how the token is handled. Okay, so when after generating the token, it will be set in the cookie, and this cookie will be returned to the browser, and it will embed it to the header of the browser. So this line of code is setting the cookie in the header of the browser. As you can see, it have the max age is 2 days. Oh, this is actually two hours or something. Yeah, 2 hours, not 2 days. Okay. It will be set on the browser for 2 hours. So after 2 hours, it will be automatically removed from the browser. So what happened after that is any subsequent requests made from the browser will has a cookie on it. So the cookie is automatically inside the header of any request that the browser make subsequently. So when I access this profile page, it will, 1 second. Oh, I need to talk about the middleware too. So the middleware is it's you can think of it as the middle validation. Like it will validate your request before allowing you to access to a specific path. This one right here. If you want to access this page profile, it will have to go through this middleware. So this middleware is only applied for this page. And if you are successful, you will be accessing the profile page. And in this profile page here, I am sending a request to. This is just a test request to this API. What it does is it decodes the token on the cookie of your request, and to make sure it will decode the token to read what the user ID is. And I really think you need to like open the project and read all the code, because it's really not easy to explain what really happens in the code. So you can just simply understand that after decrypting the token, it knows that who is making this request. And as you can say, they print out the server says your user ID is 114. I will check in the superbase. So if I log in as, for example, user 2, if I check in the database, user 2, the ID of user 2 is 111. And by using the token, the server knows that I am this user. So this is the security of token. And I think this video is quite long, and this is why I don't really want you to start working on the backend yet, because it's just hard to keep making videos to explain what it's going on. And yeah, so this is the end of the video.